Hi guys, subscribe Education Hub channel and press bell icon to get next video notification.
Hello friends, welcome back. This is our special lecture on gravitation. Many of you call me and ask about the problems of our exercise and some of use your brain power. So I decided better to make one special video on the problems of our textbook. In this lecture, we'll discuss some of the problems of our textbook, not all of this chapter. Okay, what till end you'll get answers of your all questions here related to that particular problem. So let's begin. In the first one, we are going to discuss, look at here, one problem they are given to us. Suppose you are standing on a tall ladder, and if your distance from the center of the earth is 2r, what will be your weight? I had drawn here one earth. Okay, suppose this is our earth and you are standing on this ladder. This is the ladder, suppose. Okay, this is the ladder. And what is your height from the center of the earth? Your height from the center of आपला नवीन डिस्टन्स r1 म्हणूया. This is what 2r, and this is r. This is r. So and you are here, so you have to calculate your weight here. So at first we'll calculate weight on the earth. Weight on earth is given by formula W is equal to what? Mg. But we'll put value of g here, gm upon r square, and so what we'll get, therefore W on the surface of the earth will get what? G m upon r square. This is the value of your weight on the surface of the earth. Now at new height, what is that new height? r1. Let your weight is what? W1. So W1 will be equal to what? G m upon now r1 square. Okay, r1 square. Now what is the value of r1 here? R1 is new height is what? Twice the radius of the earth, and therefore we'll put this value here. We'll get W1 is equal to G mm upon 2r bracket square, and therefore W1 is equal to 1/4 G mm upon r square. Okay, and what is this term total? Look at this. This G mm upon r square, this total term is what from equation 1? W, and therefore W1 is equal to 1/4 W. Means your weight will become 1/4 the weight that your weight on the surface of the earth. Means suppose on the surface of the earth, your weight is here. Suppose here your weight is 400 Newton. So what will become here? It will become just 100 Newton. 1/4 of that. Okay, got it? This is our first problem. Second one. According to Newton's law of gravitation, Earth's gravitational force is higher for the objects of larger mass. Then why doesn't that object fall down with higher velocity? जास्त म्हणजे दोन आपण असं घेऊया, इथे दोन ऑब्जेक्ट घेऊया. ऑब्जेक्ट ए घेऊया, ऑब्जेक्ट ए त्याचं मास m1 घेऊया, आणि ऑब्जेक्ट बी दोघे एकाच उंचीवर आपण खाली टाकतोय, बोथ ऑब्जेक्ट बी. ओके, and its mass is what? We'll take m2 is equal to, and we'll take a special condition for our case. M2 is equal to what? M1. This is the M1 and this is M2, and both were dropped from the same height. So what we'll calculate for object A? For object A, force acting on the object A will call suppose F1. F1 is equal to what? G m into m1 upon what? r square. This is equation number 1. R is the distance of both of the object from the center of the earth. Okay, and for object B, F2 is equal to what? Gm m2 upon r square. But what we have taken special condition for ourselves, एकाचं मास जास्त एकाचं कमी दाखवण्यासाठी काय घेतलेलं आहे आपण, m2 is equal to twice m1. So we'll put this value. Therefore f2 is equal to what? G m into twice m1 upon remaining as it is r square, and therefore what we'll get? Therefore f2 is equal to twice gm m1 upon r square. And what is the value of this term? From equation 1 we can write down, therefore f2 is equal to what? F2 is equal to what? Twice f1, and that is already given in your problem. From 1 we can say that, from 1 that is already given in the problem that force will be greater. मग का जास्त वेळ गणित नाही? लेट्स कॅल्क्युलेट द एक्सप्रेशन फॉर बोथ ऑफ देम. F is equal to what? ma, we know that, and therefore a is equal to what? F upon m. Therefore for object first, a1 is equal to what? F1 upon m1. This is number 3. And for object B, a2 is equal to what? F2 upon m2. We'll have the value of f2 also and m2 also. What is the value of f2? Look at here, twice f1. What is the value of m2? We have already taken it is what? Twice m1. So a2 is equal to this, and therefore a2 is equal to f1 upon m1. Equation number 4. And from equation 3 and 4, look at here, both of them having their right hand side equal, and therefore what we can say that from equation 3 and 4, a1 is equal to a2. A1 is equal to 2 from 3 and 4. It means that both will have same acceleration, and as both will have same acceleration, they will have same velocity too. We can calculate that also using Newton's first equation of motion. Look at here, v is equal to what? U plus at. Now u is equal to 0. T same for both of them. T same आहे, दोघींचा एकाच वेळ घेऊया, एकाच वेळात दोघी येत आहे समजा. And therefore what will calculate their velocity? v1 for the first one, 0 plus a1t, and v2 is equal to what? 0 plus a2t. What will give this? So v1 is equal to a1t. Equation number suppose we'll call this as 5, आणि या ठिकाणी is equal to a2t and a1 is equal to a2. That's why from we can write down here a1t, v2 is equal to a1t. Equation number 6. And from 5 and 6 what we can say that v1 is equal to v2. So both of them will fall with the same, will have same velocity, and you can give this answer of this question logically too. Already we have proved that acceleration due to gravity produced in the bodies is independent of their mass. So as they are put from both of the same height, they will have same acceleration, and as they will have same acceleration, they will have equal velocity. You can give this logically. We have proved here it is mathematically. Now here we have to discuss the third problem. A stone is thrown vertically upward with initial velocity u and reaches height h before coming down. Okay, show that time taken to go up is same as time taken to come down. So this is the suppose center of the earth, and here we have thrown a stone and it reach here. obviously as it is going up, its final velocity become 0. So this is suppose time to go up, we'll call this as t1, and time taken to come down, we'll call this as what, t2. We'll show both of this time equal. Okay, now by first equation of motion, look at here, by first equation of motion. What is first equation of motion? V is equal to u plus at. So we'll put here v is equal to what becomes 0, a is equal to, now it is going up, so g is acting vertically downward, so we'll take negative minus g, and t will put what, t1, means time taken to go up. So what we'll get, 0 is equal to u minus g into t1, and therefore g into t1 is equal to u. Therefore t1 is equal to u upon g. This is time taken by the stone to go up. लक्षात घ्या, आपल्याला लागणार आहे, will require this, हे आपल्याला लागणार, this will require equation number 1. Now by third equation of motion, आपण हे थर्ड इक्वेशन का वापरतोय, काय थर्ड इक्वेशन मोशन, v square is equal to u square plus twice as. Using this equation, we'll calculate the height attained or distance covered by the object. So again here what we'll put, v is equal to what, 0, a is equal to what, minus g, and so what we'll get, therefore 0 is equal to u square minus 2 into gs. Okay, and therefore twice gs is equal to u square, and therefore s is equal to u square upon 2g. This is the maximum height attained by the stone. After attaining that height, it will come to rest there and it will start to come down, and we'll calculate now time taken by that object to come down by, now its downward journey start, and here we'll use now by second equation of motion. Second equation of motion. काय सेकंड इक्वेशन ऑफ मोशन आठवते तुम्हाला, s is equal to what, ut plus 1/2 at square. नाव s अंतर तर तेच आहे जे वरती आपण काढले आहे, तितकंच अंतर तो घेणार आहे, u स्क्वेअर अपॉन 2g. आता u इज इक्वल टू मात्र 0 होईल, कारण तिथे गेल्यावर त्याची जी फायनल व्हेलॉसिटी येईल ती खाली येताना त्याची इनिशियल व्हेलॉसिटी होईल, आणि फायनल व्हेलॉसिटी काय झाली त्याची 0, म्हणून इनिशियल व्हेलॉसिटी पण त्याची 0. ओके, u इज इक्वल टू 0 आपण टाकणार आहे, a ची किंमत आपण g टाकणार आहे, and t will become what, t2. Now no need to take g down minus, because all the quantities are down, acting vertically downward, so no need to take sign convention here. And so therefore what we'll get, therefore u square upon 2g is equal to 0 plus 1/2 into g into t2 square. And so what we get from this, therefore t2 square into g upon t is equal to what, u square upon 2g. Okay, and therefore t2 square is equal to u square upon 2g into 2 upon g. Okay, we have taken the g upon 2 here to cut, and so we'll get what, t2 square is equal to what, u square upon g square, and therefore t2 taking square root, we'll get t2 is equal to what, u upon g. This is equation number 2, and compare this with equation 1. We'll get that, look at here, equation 1, here is equation 1. What is equation 1? U upon g. And what is equation 2? U upon g. Both of them have their right hand side equal, and therefore what from 1 and 2 we can say that t1 is equal to what? t2. Time taken to go up is equal to time taken to come down. Next problem. Let the period of revolution of the planet of the distance at a distance r from the star is t. Prove that if the planet is at a distance 2r from the star, then its period of revolution is root 8t. So r is original distance, r is original distance, t is period, original period we can say that, original period, and by Kepler's third law of planetary motion. काय सांगतो केपलरचा थर्ड लॉ? आठवत तुम्हाला? टी स्क्वेअर इज डायरेक्टली proportional to what? r cube. The square of time period of revolution is directly proportional to what? Cube of the mean distance of the planet from the star. Okay, and therefore from this we can say that t square is equal to what? K into r cube, where k is a constant of proportionality that you know. Okay, this is now r1 is equal to new distance, r1 is equal to new distance, and how much it is given? करेक्ट 2r ते दिलेलं आहे आणि त्याला आपण पिरियड t1 घेऊया. t1 इज इक्वल टू न्यू पिरियड, मग त्याला आपण t1 हा न्यू पिरियड म्हणूया. t1 इज इक्वल टू न्यू पिरियड. अगेन युजिंग Kepler's law, what will get it? t1 square is proportional to r1 cube, and therefore we will get what? t1 square is equal to k into r1 cube. Okay, but what is given to us? r1 is equal to, we are given 2r, so 2r bracket cube, and we will get what? 8k r cube. What? t1 square is equal to, and therefore t1 square is equal to 8 into, look at here, this factor kr cube is equal to t square from equation 1, so t square from 1, and therefore we get what? t1 square is equal to 8 t2 square, sorry, t square. Okay, and taking square root on both sides, what will get? Therefore t1 is equal to root 8t. Proved. You can answer, they can also ask you like this one, it is also correct. t1 is equal to what? 2 root 2 into t. Okay, so this is that this problem. Now we'll take the last problem of today, and in this problem we'll discuss one interesting thing. Look at what is given. Radius of planet A. Here I had drawn two planets. This is planet A, this is planet B. Okay, this is the planet A's radius and this planet B radius. Now I am not drawn them according to scale. This is the radius of planet A, this is radius of planet B. Mass of planet A will call as now MA. Mass of planet B will call as what? MB. Okay, so what is given to us? They are given us, what they are given us? Radius of planet A. Radius of planet A is equal to half the radius of planet B, and therefore from this we can say that radius of planet B is equal to twice the radius of planet A. It is simple. आपल्याला लागणार म्हणून घेतोय, बाकी काहीच नाही. अजून काय दिलं त्यांनी बघा. इफ द मास ऑफ प्लॅनेट ए इज MA, आपण मानलंच आहे, दॅट ऑफ इज MB, सो दॅट द व्हॅल्यू ऑफ G ऑन B इज हाफ द व्हॅल्यू ऑफ G ऑन A. म्हणजे काय दिलं तुम्हाला? व्हॅल्यू ऑफ G एक्सेशन ड्यू टू ग्रॅव्हिटी ऑन B इज हाफ द व्हॅल्यू ऑफ एक्सेशन ड्यू टू ग्रॅव्हिटी ऑन प्लॅनेट A. सो यू हॅव टू कम्पेअर देअर मासेस. त्यांचे मासेस तुम्हाला कॅल्क्युलेट करायचे. Now so we'll start with that formula. G is equal to what? gm upon r square. Therefore for planet A, GA will be equal to what? GA will be equal to what? GMA upon RA square. याला आपण इक्वेशन नंबर 3 म्हणूया. अँड फॉर प्लॅनेट बी, वरच्या त्या कंडिशन्स मात्र लक्षात ठेवा. फॉर प्लॅनेट बी, फॉर प्लॅनेट बी, GB is equal to what? GMB upon RB square. Okay, we'll put for RB here, and so GB is equal to how much? GB is equal to what? G upon 2. E is equal to, look at here, GMB upon what is the value of RB? The value of RB is equal to what? Look at here, 2 RA bracket square from 1 and 2, and therefore what will get? G upon 2 is equal to GMB upon 4 RA square. We'll multiply this equation by 2. So on multiplying this equation by 2, what will get? That 2 on both sides will cut, means we'll get here GA is equal to, look at here, we have multiplied by here 2, and we also multiply here by 2. So we'll see on simplifying what we'll get. We'll get GA is equal to GMB upon 2 RA square. And now from equation 3 we'll put the value of this GA here. So let's put the value of GA here. What we'll get? GMA upon RA square is equal to GMB upon 2 RA square. So here G cut, RA square cut, RA square cut. So what we'll get? Therefore MA is equal to MB upon 2, and so we are going to conclude that, therefore what we say, that mass of planet B is equal to what? Twice mass of the planet A, or mass of planet A is equal to half the mass of planet B. Got it? अशा पद्धतीने हे प्रॉब्लेम्स आहेत. इट्स अतिशय सिम्पल आहेत. बाकीचे प्रॉब्लेम पण तुम्ही अशा पद्धतीने सोडवा. काही अडचण असेल तर पुन्हा मला कॉल करा, काही हरकत नाही. ओके, ठीक आहे. टेक केअर, बाय बाय, सी यू वन्स अगेन.